My questions follow up with few. I think my question is about, the customer end-to-end journeys. I like that.
Okay, and I want to take this first about the uplift the profit machine. That's about 20% of current source of revenue of us is from sponsorship. So thanks to this strategy, we can collab with and strategy of HUČNG. We can collab with all the sponsorship from, because now they are not just sponsor for us, but they are the partner that's sharing the profit. For example, when they book our ticket via HSBC, you can you get the revenue, right? So this kind of splitting can be the cornerstone for our partnership. So this will serve to become the second source of our revenue. Yeah.
That's a very good idea, profit sharing. How do you see, a big company to take on with that? Because as of today, I'm doing a sponsorship. How do what your strategy to convince your business partner because this is all a new initiative, promise future.
You can have a chance to retain user later. So this is one of the biggest benefit because, K-pop fan is really big and this is the big pool that you can take advantage of. So similarly, this will be the main attraction point that we can sell to our partner. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so may I invite Mr. Nguyễn for the last question?
Yes. Hi. Thanks for the presentation. It was very energetic and a lot of useful information. I kind of want to get back to the key questions a little bit because the situation is that there hasn't been a K-pop concert in Hong Kong for a while, right? And so now the question is, how do we gonna restart that trend in Hong Kong, right? And so your proposal focusing on partnerships and customer experience. Now for partnerships, the question has already been asked, how do you convince your partner to join? For customer experience, that usually get judged after it happens, right? For the reviews and things like that. What is your approach, though, to restart the concert in Hong Kong? How do you convince people from China, from all over the world to come to Hong Kong in your strategies?
Okay, thank you. I'll take this question. So for the first point, we believe that the return of Mama Awards will be the kickstart for a new wave of concerts to be held in Hong Kong because Mama Awards is one of the biggest three K-pop awards that can be observed in the K-pop industry. So this many years ago, it was held in LA, Japan, Korea. But now, when it's back to Hong Kong, it will create a boom for the customer to be aware that, wow, K-pop is back here. And the second one, customer will be convinced to join our concert because of our differentiator. If you join the concert in Korea, you can just listen to Korean music. If you join in concert in Japan, you have to listen to the Japanese version of a K-pop song. Similarly in China, but in Hong Kong, you can enjoy the accents of K-pop, that the original versions, and also the international sense of it. When we invite more people flying, for example, you can invite Bruno Mars to join Blackpink, and you can invite Charlie Puth to join BTS here. So this is the very unique selling point that we are offered to the customer. And the third point is about the experience that we are offered. You don't need to care about anything if you book with us compared to other competitor, because we have the package that can help you to enjoy it careless. You don't need to care about anything. And one more special thing about us is the no-fault experience. When people go there and they care so much about if I have a good photos, if I have a videos to have as a memories. But no, we are the first concert event promoter that have you to keep start, and we have a kind of a team that have you to start this. So your job is to just book and enjoy.
And to add one more layer on that, with all of the things we set up in place to kick everything off, first the Mama Award, and then the poster, the lineup of all of the key artists that would present their music in our concert. That would be the thing to attract a lot of customers. Yes. All
right, since we still have a little bit of time, can I just follow up on that a little bit? in terms of operations, though. Think about me being a customer in China. I go to the website to buy the ticket, right? And you're offering the full experience. That means that, are you booking the flight for me as well? Or am I still gonna have to book the flight and then you're gonna book the bus for me? Or like, I'm still don't know how the full package thing, because if you book the flight for the customers, that are gonna be like a zillion departure points, right? Coming into Hong Kong a zillion different times and departing zillion different days. How are you going to address that issues?
Yeah, I think I would take on that first. So the system of us now, since we partnership a lot more, when the customer, they're placing the ticket, we're gonna let them fill into their trip's detail. So where they're about to leave, they fill in their living place, that we find the nearest airport for them, which day they're gonna fly, which hotel, since we present with them the partner option. We have the Intercontinental Park Hyatt. We present there, so let the customer tick the box. Okay, they want to stay there. And then when they arrive into Hong Kong, they want to ride with the DD or they would ride with Grab there, they would choose. And then we would plan accordingly, since we are the organizer. We have the schedule, and since we can recommend with them, and then to give them more flexibility. When they arrive into Hong Kong, we also integrate our schedule with the operator there. For example, Grab, they can access into the schedule and then they can recommend, okay, this is the time for you to take the trip. I'm recommending you should take the trip now, and then just click, and then they would find the driver for you. So that would be the seamless experience. And that even after the concert, you don't need to think, okay, I need to go out and search for the driver. No, we recommend that this is the time, and you just hit the click, we find the driver. The same thing. And then the next day, when you about to tired, and then, yeah.
It sounds very complex.
Yes.
I'm a chief operating officer at a bank. My job is about making things simple for our organization. I just had a very quick question. So on one of your slides, you talked about building a defensible moat in Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan, right? That's great. What is the defensible moat? Because what I'm seeing from your strategy is you want to build the best concert experience, but I feel that there's vendors out there that can give people that want that, they can get it today. So I could buy tickets to go and see Blackpink. I could get the all singing. They will take me there. They'll guide me around. They'll take me back to the hotel, or I can do it independently today. So I'm not seeing anything new. So what is the defensible moat that you're going to build?
Yeah, so can I clarify a bit more about the defensible mode?
It was on the header of one of your slides.
Yes.
Economic bonus, yeah.
So you mean that the kind of combo we are offering is something that very easy to be done individual, like, right?
So it's very easy to be transactional about this and say, right, we're just going to do one concert, make the money and walk away. But I'm assuming that you're looking for sustainable growth and you want to grow market share over time. So you want to build an economic moat that defends you from your competitors coming in and replacing you. So what is that economic moat?
I think the moat here is the planning in advance, that you don't need to think about it. Because if it's easy, it doesn't mean yet that you don't have to do it, right? You still have to do it, even though it's easy. But now we take that part, and your job is just to click to buy the ticket first, and then you choose your day, input your home place, and then we will plan everything. You just choose the option and fix into your schedule. So hotel, flight, travel, restaurant, there are 4 things that you need to plan independently. But now it is integrated into one journey you book. So this will give us the defensive moat that you're asking for. Yeah.
I think I follow up with what Phil were asking, because, besides make it seamless for the organization or like red company, you representative, in order to integrate everything at one-stop shop, there would be development. What platform are you incorporate with your partner to get that to ultimate your journey that you wish? How do you going to do it? What the cost of doing it?
How to do it. Yeah. So first, I'm gonna look into. I'm gonna answer into how we're gonna build it with the platform. My teammate will answer the cost about it. So to build the system that integrate end to end, where we input a lot of things into there, because we are the event promoter, the customer also go to our website to to get the ticket there. So we're gonna invest more into the technological capability of our website, so that they can do everything, that input a lot of things, and then get a seamless experience there. And that also addressed the question about economic mode, since we got the data of our customer. For example, a year we're gonna attract 5.4 million customers. That would be a lot of data points, and we're gonna forecast about their experience, and we're gonna make their journey more and more advanced later on. So that would be our economic mode. And then how can we establish the cost?
So we also utilize 10% utilities of our OPEX to develop our technology web. So it can make sure that we can deliver the most experience to our customers. And also with the co-profit sharing, we will have our partners to support us and to help us in about the platform development.
Just to follow up, I actually think your idea of combining Bruno Mars and K-pop is your moat. That's excellent. You're not American, not Chinese, you're international platform. But you want to build 60 concerts a year with 840 million in budget and no budget for marketing. Am I understanding it right? 60, is it 60 concerts a year or 60 over 3 years?
So that would be 60 a year, and I think the part about marketing costs definitely would include in our cost, and so we would give a bit of our cost allocate for the marketing activity for each of the concert we host. Yeah.
Do you have enough money for 60 concerts a year with that? And make profits in each concert?
Actually, we have a lot of partners, right? So marketing, you can split, like for the question, you can post about a concert that goes, so open the card and then open the ticket. This is also the way that we do marketing.
So we also utilize our partnership with the entertainment company to drive the marketing campaign through the idols.
Okay, time's up. Very. Okay, thank you, our judges, for your insightful question, and thank you, Team Nyum, for your answer. And yes, congratulations to complete your presentation.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You can keep the point in here. Okay. Hello again, our audience. Having ideas and solution is one thing, but being able to convey and persuade others to agree with you is a different challenge, right? That is the reason why we have created our Best Presenter Award this year. Before we move on to the voting round, let's once again recognize the member of this team. Miss Trần Ngọc Tài Ngân, Lê Tự Huy Hoàng, Trần Ngọc Phương Uyên và Lê Quang Minh. Now is your time to vote. Yeah. Okay. Please scan the QR code on the screen and vote for your favorite presenter of this team. Our kids this year are super challenging. Each week, the 4 best presenters, one from the team, will receive an outside lifetime award, and the presenter who received the highest number of votes overall will also receive an extra gift, a Coursera 1-month course. Very appealing, right? So please get ready to cast your vote and support your favorite presenter. Thank you. welcome the Domitrix team from the Foreign Trade University from Hanoi campus. I will introduce our panel of judges again. Ms. Tu Ngo, co-founder of Yola, general partner and touchstone partner. Mr. Hải Nguyễn, deputy director of the University of Hong Kong in Vietnam. Mr. Ms. Thùy Đỗ, country head of global payment solution, HSBC Vietnam. And Mr. Philip Wright, chief operating officer, HSBC in Vietnam. Okay, before we start your presentation, please check your mic and your pointer. Okay.
So, before making our presentation, I want to send a greetings to everyone in the stage, for our client, for the panel of judges here, and wish you a good afternoon.
So, are you ready? Team, please remember you will have 20 minutes to present and 20 minutes to Q&A with judges. The timekeeper over there, the timekeeper here will start whenever you feel ready. Okay.
Our presentation will start in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever sung a song with others, thousand strangers, and feel completely at home? That is something irreplaceable about live entertainment, as in it cannot be downloaded, replayed, or even streamed. And for some, like Hong Kong, it has become even more as an engine for economic growth. And today, REG is uniquely positioned at Hong Kong's K-pop promoters. But as competition intensifies, it is no longer your ultimate goal to just put out great concerts in order to sustain your growth for the long term. And we are here today with Feel the Beat, compassing guide the beat and deepen the rhythms through strategies to help REG accelerate its growth, not only at company, but also at Hong Kong and the genre levels in the next few years. We are Domitrix. I'm Linh, I'm joined by Ngọc, Phương, and Đức, and we are honored to be here today. So now, let's take a quick look at the situation at hand. So REG is uniquely positioned in the sense that you are an event promoter for concerts, but also for only K-pop. And you are the subsidiary of CG Entertainment in Hong Kong. And therefore, you share the same visions of showcasing the K-genes to global audiences. Now, with your market presence mainly in Greater China, you have built up 3 key strengths leveraging the parent company resources, genre specialization, and local execution ability. Yet, weaknesses remain in the revenue streams come mainly from ticket sales for small concerts. Now, with the situation at hand externally, you can take advantage of several opportunities in terms of macro supports for the concert economy, such as the Kai Tak Stadium, or the relaxations of South Korea's limitation ban in China. Yet, with that opportunities come challenges in terms of intensifying competitions, not only from us as promoters, but also from the location that the concerts are to be chosen from. And we're here to answer one key business question of how should REG sustain its growth at company, Hong Kong, and genre level while navigating market changes, which can be further elaborated to 3 key objectives of distinguish Hong Kong's positions from emerging competitors, promote more collaborative projects between Korean and Chinese idols, and sustain the genre success. So now let's take a quick look at the analysis. So by benchmarking you against two key competitors of Live Nation and IME through 3 assessment criteria of genre specializations, market coverage, and revenue diversifications, we see that you can continue to double down on the K-pop specializations, especially within the Hong Kong market. That insight is further supported by the fact that Hong Kong remains one of the largest K-pop consumptions in Asia, apart from Japan. But this is also come with further implications. For now, majority of your customers come from mainland China, which also is a market with strong demand, customer segments who have high importance to the growth of Hong Kong and also high willingness to pay, and the limitation bands is slowly lifting, allowing you more opportunities and challenges as well. So how can IAG help establish the new competitive edge for Hong Kong to continue its concerts in its key market? So by utilizing the exhibit 5 in the case prompt, we can map out a typical portraits of a concert goers in K-pop in Hong Kong, such as Lee Ju-han. She's 22 years old. She's a student, and she comes there to see her favorite K-pop idols. But within the concerts, flawless executions of the sense of delight, belonging, and memorable experiences has already been covered, not only by you, but also by other promoters as well. So where is the new niche to grow? We identify that the new niche lies beyond the concerts, not only on that D-Day, because right now, 42% of travelers have already used concerts as a travel triggers to explore new destinations, and that is something we can easily leverage. In addition, Chinese customer remains the largest segment to visit Hong Kong. They're switching from Hong Kong spending on shopping only to experience-oriented traveling, and that with 2 key insights that IAG can leverage by attracting more customers beyond the concerts by providing experiences-related traveling. But it is just for the short term at the company and Hong Kong levels growth. What about sustaining the genre success? We identify that right now, Hong Kong's growth declines on a global scale in various aspects, not only in terms of numbers of time entering Billboard Hot 100 charts, showcasing the popularity, but also in terms of record sales, not only in Korea, but also on a global scale as well. And we identify 3 key issues. First is the dilution of the K identity. Second is the over-reliance on the hardcore fans. And third is the limited appeal to casual listeners. And we benchmark it against 2 criteria of its impact based on RAG business and its feasibilities for RAG to address, and find out that RAG should increase the K-pop appeal to casual listeners while reduce the over-reliance on the hardcore fans. So now the theme has been identified. What should the composition look like for our new song and our new beat? Let us introduce you to the first strategy.
So now that we've identified our key directions, the next question that we need to answer is how can RAG help Hong Kong differentiate itself from the emerging competitors to attract the large and growing K-pop demand in mainland China? And that is exactly what our first strategy is here to provide you with. I present to you strategy 1, Guide the Beat, where we will take a look at RAG's plan to turn Hong Kong from the one of many to the top of mind K-pop concert destination. So our strategy today stems from the key implication that in order to capture the growing demand in mainland China, then Hong Kong needs to stand out from the rest. So an RAG can leverage its resources to promote Hong Kong as an ideal K-pop cultural hub in order to do this. First, let's revisit our customer portrait. So we mentioned before in our analysis, you can see that we have our customer Yu-han, a 22-year-old who has been a loyal fan of 17 for 5 years. However, she hasn't been able to come to a live concert of theirs given the South Korea limitation order. She is very digital savvy, experience-centric, and she's very willing to plan her travel around her idol. So how do we capture customers like Yu-han? Well, we have identified a key implication that RAG needs to curate touch point throughout the journey, and that the first touch point needs to begin before Yu-han land in Hong Kong, and the last touch point needs to echo after the last song played in the concert. So first, let's take a look at what we're going to do before she comes to Hong Kong. While REG can leverage its existing resources to create early touch points through two key initiatives. The first is by leveraging the social commerce in China with more than 1 billion internet users. And the second is to leverage the existing fan station and to partner with them. Regarding social commerce, then we can partner with key KOLs on platforms like Weibo to provide exclusive incentives for them, as well as open pop-up shops for tickets and merch on their e-commerce platform. A very successful case study of this is Blackpink pop-up shop, which has been a blast in the China market. And the second, then we can leverage the existing fan base in China with large fandom like the EXO fan club in China with more than 300,000 members. And we can partner with them so that they can promote our concert via word of mouth. And we can do that by providing them attractive fandom-based exclusive benefits. However, the strategy would only be able to scratch the surface as we're only incentivizing them to come to Hong Kong for one temporary concert. But for REG to secure its position, then we need to do more to be able to turn this into a sustainable mode for REG. And that is why if we need to go beyond the concert to lock in the consumers. Well, given the things that REG need to do here, from light stick synchronization and fandom interaction, by initiating fandom-based interaction or ensuring the safety protocols and seamless operations, these are very bare minimum as it can be found and standardized in all of the concert. So these initiatives itself are insufficient. That is why REG will need to go beyond and create a K-pop related touchpoint outside of the concert to lock in this demand. And in this strategy today, we'll introduce a K-pop infused travel itinerary, the Hong Kong Beats, a 3 to 5 day map of the Hong Kong must visit for a K-pop fan. Well, we're going to do this to create a competitive advantage for REG, given that it cannot compete solely on in-concert experience, and we're going to provide K-pop related destination through citywide art installations and IP-related hotspots, and we can include the Hong Kong must visit for entertainment and F&B to target our young consumers. And REG can make this happen by establishing a partnership system by partnering with Hong Kong Tourism Board for permit and allowance to use the public space and to leverage their policy regarding the mega event economy. And we can also include the F&B must visit by partnering with providers of services who want to promote themselves by leveraging this concert. And we'll engage and promote with our customer by making sure that they're aware of our initiative through multiple channels, from ticket portal platform, online social media, through in-event flyers. And with this strategy for Lee Yu-han, then we aim to achieve a comprehensive travel experience for her so that she can feel her beloved K-culture beyond the 3-hour capture. And for REG, then we plan on increasing their volume of mainland visitors as well as reinforcing the company's position by improving Hong Kong's appeal. So what are the next implications for REG?
Now moving on to our next strategy, deepen the rhythm. When we want to revitalize the golden DNA of the K-pop for introducing it to Hong Kong, and we will target the 2 key strategic pillars. The first one being the cross-cultural collaboration, and the second one is through the concert organizer. So where is our analysis based on? Based on our insights, we have seen that there are recent plateau in K-pop's growth was due to the over-reliance on the hardcore fandoms, limited appeals to the casual listeners, and second one is the most profitable performance of the concerts with multiple days and they are large scales. And the growth of this business is based on the concerts, the number of concerts, as well as the value they can capture through every concert. So moving forward, we propose that REG should focus on harvesting the low-hanging fruits with the collaboration cross-cultural from Chinese idols and K-pop idols, as well as targeting the upper branches through the preferred live promoter for multi-day large concerts in Hong Kong. So how can we implement all these strategies? First, we foster the collaboration of Korean and Chinese idol. We introduce to you the 2-sided model. We pull out our K-pop idol to the multi-production shows, and we push other Chinese idol through our local event integration. So what exactly is multi-production shows and local event integration is? The multi-production shows are the reality talent show where there are established idols that will form into teams and they will compete against each other and will distribute this through the channels like CJ, ENM, and Mango TV, and Bilibili, which is a very famous forms of distribution channels in Hong Kong. And also, for the local event integration, where we'll partner with the local organizers to co-host the Hong Kong cultural event, and we'll invite our K-pop idols to join the Hong Kong local shows. And also, in this industry, as we have seen, that the demand will follow the artist and the artist will follow where that will best amplify their talent, their ability. So we will become the preferred live promoter by introducing the relationship levers. We'll touch on the CJ's ENM resources, the financials and the Kai-Tak assets. For the CNM resources, we can see that we have the ability to recruit the participations of K-pop idols, and the stage concerts and festivals will be tailored to the local audience of our choice. For the financials, we will guarantee sponsorship from the Hong Kong government via AEC fund. And for the Kai-Tak assets, we'll get the preferred data sets via sponsoring high standard facility, but via sponsoring them with higher standard facilities as well as securing the higher demand for them. Through this strategy, we aim to reach the increase of number of large-scale concerts that we can organize, and also we'll facilitate the crossover collaboration among the Chinese and Korean artists. How can we implement all of these strategies?
Now that we have all the beats, all the rhythms, how would we implement to let our strength cement? Let's move to the first part of the risk mitigation. The rationale for this industry has never been revenue driven. We focus more on the way we try to implement and control the emotions for our audiences and stakeholders. So therefore, we'll start with the risk mitigation plan. For the first and utmost risk with any entertainment industry related firm, the reputational risk, which is an operating leverage, but of really high risk. Without it, you cannot develop. But if you have it, you need to protect it. The causes for reputations can be somewhat really far away, but can really be really closer. From the artist scandals within your contracts, and from the problems of them that you may not control, from the fans' dissatisfaction for some reasons, and the event-related notoriety. When you try to host the events, it is never able to avoid such risks. So we evaluate the impact for the reputational risks as the highest level that we need to mitigate in order to get the strategy become fruitful in the future. For the operational risk, which is a factor in our reputational risk, we decide that we need to find whether the artists are unable to perform their best whenever they come to our events. For the security matters, that we can ensure the safety for our audiences, for all the managers in order to save our reputation. And also for the uncertain legal procedures that we need to ensure whenever we need to host a local events and a local concerts. And therefore, we developed a two-staged action proposal for our client REG so that they can be a live promoter, but also an efficient promoter. We developed two staged proposal for them, include the pre-rigs and the post-rig. For the pre-rigs, we developed the codes of conduct and the compensation articles. The special point here is that we would delegate the special responsibility for the REG and the partners. And in this case, we want to develop the compensation articles and the realm of responsibility in order to get the vision harmony whenever you host a concert and find the artists for the firms. If the risk actually happens unexpectedly, the media of CJENM can be a tool that you can leverage in order to solve this problem, because you do have the strength, you do have the power in order to decide how it will be in the future. So both the media of REG and the partners would decide who would take the responsibility and who would decide how the media would go in 1 or 2 days, which is the main key success factor when you are a live music industry firm. For the operational risk, this is kind of complex, but we will just simplify through 2 stages. The first one, we'll need to work thoroughly with the artists, the agencies, and the legal offices to ensure that everything is understood mutually. And you will need to get the market research and promotion. We recommend that you should take the campaigns into serious consideration. And those would be conducted by the organization department, the media departments, and the BOD, who decide how successful will REG be in the next years in order to leverage the macro conditions from mega concerts in Hong Kong. For the post-risk, we decide that the compensations and the realignment for future organizations should be implemented if this do happen. However, we would do everything for our strategy, and our 2 strategies have prepared the material so that we will never need to take that last resort solution. Our rhythm is therefore deepened in the mostly 2 years. From the playbook for the market research, then we'll find the materials for the media campaigns to get our images, our branding process. Then we would also parallelly seek for the strategic partners and try to launch domestic concerts. Then we will try to promote the Chinese visitors, which is the key success factor for our strategy. And therefore, our last goal for the future, a really prosperous one, include the extension in the venues and the international concerts that we'll try to host in the future. 50%. And sorry, so this is the end of our 2-pronged strategy recommendation for REG. And we expect that all the material, all the beats for the reason and with the rhythm will make the audiences of REG proud to be. And here are we.
Check. 1, 2. Check. 1, 2. Check. 1, 2. 1, 2. Hey. 1, 2.
Hi, hello. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it works. All right. Thank you for a very interesting presentation.
First, I appreciate your question. And for the projection logic, thanks to the increase in the number of concerts of about 5 to 10, and we will move that onto a larger scales. From 10,000, as in the case said, we move towards 40,000. So we will increase the revenue from tickets for 4 times, as approximately. However, we just estimate the increase in the revenue of around 25% because we still want to stay practical. We want to ensure that, okay, the conversion rate need not be 100%. So therefore, we just ensure a conversion rate of about 65 to 70%. And also we have the sponsorship revenue. So those are the 2 main key drivers for our logic projections. Thank you very much.
So I like the social commerce and the music tourism as a concept. Your competitors, Live Nation and IME, actually pitched me the same ideas, and they actually can guarantee more Chinese customers as well. So how do you differentiate yourself? BTS is gonna come back this year, but we don't know if it's still hot.
Thank you for your question. So just to quickly recap, then you asked me about whether the concept that we propose about the Hong Kong-based itinerary can be easily replicated by our competitors.
Yes, and also, I mean, they have other stars, right? You have BTS, who hasn't been in concerts for the last few years. How do you convince, the company that it will be a success?
Okay, so I'd like to address the first part of your question regarding the replicability of our strategy. So as mentioned in our analysis, then, well, the key advantage that REG has over its competitors are the KG, because we're a subsidiary of CJ Entertainment, which means that we have a strong and concrete pipeline of not only CJ E&M artists but also the other outside artists in the K-pop concert, because we have a certain degree of expertise regarding in that field. So that is why, compared to other competitors, for example, Live Nation, then we would be able to bring this concept into a sustainable product and not just a one-off product, because for Live Nation's product portfolio, then it includes more than just K-pop artists, but it also includes international artists from the US region as well. And that is why with our concept, Hong Kong-based itinerary for the K-pop fans, then it would only be able to be put into practice given our strong pipeline from CJ E&M and our expertise with the K-pop concert. And for other competitors, if they want to replicate it, then it might be a one-off product for their K-pop concert, but it cannot be leveraged for their entire product ecosystem. And regarding the second part of your question, I would like to clarify a bit, is that you would like to know whether REG can convince the...
Yeah, so in the past, your success, the large part of your success depend on BTS. Historically, but in the past few years, they haven't been in performance, and in 2026 they're coming back.
Can I clarify that when you mentioned the last part of our strategy, do you mean the music tourism that we bring in?
Yeah, no. So in 2026 or the next 3 years, which artists will you secure for Hong Kong? Is it gonna be BTS? Is it gonna be other celebrities?
Well,
what is the product here?
The artist portfolio that we have in mind so far are not limited to BTS, but any K-pop artists who want to make a comeback or who are interested in hosting a concert. And for particularly for REG, then we also have other products like like KCON, which also include other artists as well. So it will not be limited to only one artist concert, but it can also be in the form of a multi-artist festival as well. So to briefly answer your question, then we're not limited to only BTS, and we're willing to work with K-pop artists who want to host concerts in Hong Kong.
I invite Ms. Thuy for your question.
Thanks for your presentation and resilience when a lot of technical issue, and you continue to walk us through your presentation. My question is related to, based on your analysis and strategy, Chinese audience or, is still your main part of, the new ticket sale. How do you reach yourself to the Chinese audience? That's number one. Number two is what tool do you reach out to the Chinese community in China, given the restriction, the current restriction? Second, what have you anticipate your competitor? What if Shanghai, Beijing, if they're going to open up?
It is about how might our competitors like Shanghai or Beijing respond once this macro situation is uplifted? Thank you for your question. So to address the first part, then as mentioned in our strategy, then we plan on reaching our mainland customers through localized touchpoints. Well, given that in China, there is a large number of internet users with more than 1 billion users, and they're all very active on social media platforms like Weibo, Xiaohongshu. So we're going to partner with KOLs on those platforms to reach them. And also, and our second tool is the fan stations that exist in China. Well, given in the case, then we know that in China, there's a very large demand for K-pop concerts because the number of fans there is a lot. And we also have some case study regarding the fan stations in China, like the EXO fan club based in China with more than 300,000 members, or the Osehun Bar in China as well. So all of those communities will become a tool for us to reach the mainlanders because we can partner with them and providing them exclusive fan-based benefits so that they can help us promote for the concert. So that is the first part of the question. And regarding the second part of the question, then we did take into account the possibility of some of the China-based competitors like Beijing or Shanghai being able to replicate this strategy and to host concert once the macro landscape is uplifted. But the first part is, well, we cannot really guarantee when this ban has been uplifted, because if we take a look at the history, then there has been multiple times where they have considered to loosen the South Korea limitation order, but it has not really come into full effect. So that is why we're leveraging the window that we have before this ban is completely uplifted to try and attract the mainland customers by providing them with a full-on experience so that they can relate to the K-culture in another city outside of their own.
Thank you. Good presentation. Strategy 2 had a bit of a curveball pivot in there, and you talked a lot about a TV show, right? So walk me through that in a bit more detail, because it's not in your projections at all, because a TV show is very expensive budget, right? And I'm not clear how the TV show helps cement Reg's position in running concerts in Hong Kong. So walk me through how that fits into the broader picture.
Okay, so I'd like to recap the question for a little bit. The first one is how can the TV show can be leveraged into increasing the effectiveness of the concert in Hong Kong, and the second one is how can it be shown in our projection?
It's not shown.
It is not yet shown in the projection. Okay, so may I get my back slide for the TV show? Oh, okay. Okay, so for this TV show, it will become, I will walk you through the TV show for a little bit. It is a reality talent show that will be shown not in the TV only, but it is also featured in our other platforms like Mangwo TV or Bilibili. And together, we'll make the first touch point as a TV show with the talents from Korea and Chinese, and then these will be converted and later then translated into the concert, and then it will become a flywheel to better off the customer attraction, as well as our as well as gaining the attractions from the concert goers. So it's gonna be the first touch point to attract our concert goers.
But that will be a multi-year journey, right? Because it will take time to find the talent, do the TV show, get it up and running, and then you organize it. I'm assuming then you organize concerts off the back of it, so it effectively becomes your IP that you use to attract people to concerts. But in terms of your projections, where does that fit in? Because I think that's a multi-year journey, but I didn't see it at all in the projections.
Okay, I'd like to clarify a little bit. That is, we are not sourcing the talent as the rising talents or the new talent. Our talent are the well-established talents from Korea or from Chinese. So they would not take so much time to nurture them or turn them into a rising star. So yeah, in the projection, for the projection side, I'd like to pass the mic to my colleague to clarify.
Yeah, I do admit that in my projection side, there'll be some kind of logic that I may lack in my projections. However, this is a point that I have somehow considered in my projections. So because REG is a live promoter, and in my last slide of the revenue and the margin, I believe that this figure of margin somehow shows the way that we are benefiting and paying the cost for the TV shows, because TV shows are a way to increase the coverage of the stars, and we do not directly benefit financially from the TV shows, or we do not directly need to pay any cost for that TV shows, because we will just find the talents from the shows, and we do not need to spend the cost to nurture them. The main cost drivers in this case are just the artist guarantee fees and the cost that we try to partner with the media agencies or the music agencies. So therefore, TV shows, I think it is like a leverage instead of some cost that we need to pay even more in our projection. And our main source of revenue just comes from our ticketing, sponsorship, and somehow the merchandise, just like the traditional firms working in the live music concert industry. Yeah.
So historically, in one of the concerts that IAG has organized, there's roughly around 54% from overseas and 83% of that coming from China, meaning the majority is actually outside of China. You've talked a lot about promoting to Chinese customers. What about the rest of the world, including Hong Kong?
Thank you so much for your question. So just to quickly recap, then you'd like to know how we would target the customers from outside of mainland China. So there are 2 points that I'd like to clarify here. The first point is that, well, the reason why we're using mainland China as a use case in our strategy, because, well, given the case prompt, then RAG is looking to attract more mainland China customer because of the South Korea limitation order. But this model, we have also considered the other international tourists in our strategy, and this model can also be catered to them. I mean, we're going to keep the high level strategy, but we're only going to adjust the tactical level, for example, the type of social media platform that we choose to promote on, or the KOLs that we work with, but the overall strategy and the overall framework would still be revolved around providing them with a Hong Kong-based K-pop itinerary. So I believe that for other international tourists, then once we've been able to capture the mainland China, then we can cater to them with the same high-level strategy and some small tactical adjustments.
What about the people from Hong Kong? They don't need to do more tourism in their own city, right?
Can you please clarify?
What about for the customers from Hong Kong? How do you promote to them the concept? Or is there any adjustments you make? Because they're local to Hong Kong, so you cannot say, oh, let's do a tourism in your own city.
Thank you for your question. So regarding the initiative that we're going to do in Hong Kong, then there are also 2 points that I'd like to clarify. The first is also mentioned that the majority of concert goers for concerts in Hong Kong are from international and not Hong Kong itself, because, well, the Hong Kong has a rather small population. So if we only rely on the K-pop fan within that nation, then it would be rather small in scale. However, we're going to adjust our initiative by providing them with citywide art installations about their favorite idols during our campaign, so that we can still attract them to go as well. So basically, to sum up, then our high-level strategy still applies, because we're not providing them with a chance to tour in their own city, but we're providing them with touch points that they can have with their favorite idols.
I like the idea of a touch point that they can have together with the idol, the F&B concept as well. And for the financial analysis, you have a very steady, concerts increase, which is good. But can you walk me through how you achieve the 15% margin by 2027? Just a high level.
Yeah, so the first point that I need to clarify is that the normal margin for such a concert, when you try to organize, depends on how the scale of the concert. So if you just organize a small concerts with a capacity of about 80%, the margin is just around 5 to 7%. But if you increase the scale, to the middle scale or such a 20,000 or 30,000, just like the goal in our motivation, the margin can actually be higher. And this can be reached through the economy of scale, because, you know, when you need to do the promotion cost, the fixed cost in hosting such a concert is the artist guarantees and, you know, also the venue renting fee. So basically, if you can increase the number of people joining in your concerts, which is the main driver for our projection, you can increase the margin. And the way that we try to achieve the margin of 15%, we base much and mostly on the economies of scale from the increased number of people joining the concert.
So I assumption that you're going to host the concert at the big audience instead of a smaller scale. So how do you, because that will increase your cost of, secure the revenue as well. So how do you achieve that margin after all? What other, factor that bring down the cost? Because you increase on the fixed cost.
Actually, with the specific case of RAG, I do appreciate your concerns, but with RAG, they do have the stage, the technology from their from the mother company of CJENM. So basically, they can already leverage the technology. They can decrease the cost for stage, for many kind of costs to, take care of the artists, because, they all have already the standardized process for that. So you can increase the cost, not because it is just, decreasing the core, but I think the additional ones, because, there would be some, in Vietnamese we call the unexpected cost that may affect the margin. So I believe that if you do have the strong support and the strong foundations from your mother company, you can decrease such additional costs that may affect your margin.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, team, for your answer. Thank you, teachers, for the question. Now you guys can relax. Yeah, thank you. Hello, our audience. Just a quick announcement, a quick update that the building had experienced a power outage earlier, and now everything is back to normal. Thank you for your understanding and patience. And just like in the previous round, is it now time to vote for your favorite presenter? You will have decided the best presenter from this team, as well as the best presenter of the day. Please scan the QR code on the screen and cast for your vote. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 5 minutes to break. Please get ready to cast your vote and support the presenter who impressed you the most. for those who have just joined us, the HSBC Business Case Competition is the top competition for university students to solve the case within 3 hours, which exposes them to extreme time pressure. The champion team today will represent Vietnam in Hong Kong and compete against another national champion from across the Asia-Pacific region. And also, don't forget to scan the QR code to vote for your best presenter for each team. Remember, our result will be announced at the end of this whole session.
Do you want to dance? Do you want to dance?
Now, please welcome the third presentation from Team Fortune from Vinh University. Okay, now I will reintroduce our panel of judges today. Ms. Thủy Do, Country Head of Global Payment Solution, HSBC Vietnam. Mr. Philip Wright, Chief Operating Officer, HSBC Vietnam. Ms. Tu Ngo, Co-founder of Yola. And Mr. Hai Huỳnh, Deputy Director of University of Hong Kong. Okay, team, are you ready for this? Oh, okay. Please turn on the mic. You guys can check the mic and the pointer before we start. Teams, please remember you will have 20 minutes to present and 20 minutes to Q&A with the judges. And the timer over there will begin whenever you feel ready. So, good luck to you.
Dear judges and audience, before we start, let me ask you a very simple question. Do you know any of your friends or acquaintances who is actually a K-pop fan? So for me and my teams, we actually know one die-hard fan, which is our colleagues here, Lam. So Lam is a die-hard BTS fan, and when she knows that in 2027, there will be a BTS tour in Hong Kong, she's already saving up her money and planning for the trip. But what if this lifetime experience can be elevated for all touch points of this lifetime trip? From booking, she can plan ahead the whole day with eating, enjoying, staying, to the concert day when she got a personal touch point with the idols, to when she already back in Vietnam, when she can relive her moments in a digitalized version of the concert herself. This is the future of REG that we want to promote for the company, to be more customer-centric, to be more customer-driven, to capture the opportunity of the China market. And our team from Vinh University today, with me back, my colleagues, Lam, Ian, and Tung, are super excited to deliver our two-pronged strategy from book it to love it. Now, my BTS fan, Lam, please walk us through the overview and analysis.
Thank you very much, Beck. So today we understand that you have a goal to deliver the world-class K-pop concert, especially focused on the Great China area. And we identify several strengths of your company, REG, is that you have a strong support from your company owner, CJ ecosystem. Also, you have a strong culture understanding in Hong Kong, as well as having a strong government, industry, and partner ecosystem to leverage on. So our question today is how can you leverage your core strength to boost sales and also sustain the K-pop concert culture in the long run? And we have a future outlook is that in the long run might be that mainland China, they will open the gate for K-pop concert to enter. Then you will have a really big competitor to acquire the giant customer segments, the mainland China, right? So what can be the key differentiation for the future outlook to differentiate yourself, Hong Kong, with China? So now we introduce a model, concertcation, because we identify that Hong Kong right now, Hong Kong Tourism Board, they are delivering the event capital of Asia theme towards their tourism economy. And capturing on this, we identify that more than 80% of customers, when they come to any country for traveling, they will spend 1 to 3 days before and 1 to 3 days after the concert for traveling. So we have a promised future with Hong Kong is that the collaboration with between REG and Hong Kong will create a strong ecosystem right from this moment to the point that in the future, if mainland China open the gate for K-pop concert, we already have a strong ecosystem loop for Hong Kong tourism, with the Hong Kong tourism to leverage with a strong K-pop concert organizer. So that's our future outlook. But looking back to our current urgent task, we want to boost ourselves in order to capture the customer segment to organize more events in Hong Kong, right? So we need to look into our customer. They once they book, and once they have booked their tickets and they experience the concert, they cherish a lot of things related to emotional value. So today we need to identify some of the pain points that we truly need to capture on in order to architect the solution for them, to capture more customer segment that we show them, we understand them. So we will deliver the best service excellence, and as well as show our differentiation in the customer experience in Hong Kong K-pop concert. So deep dive into the key issue for the booking process, we identified that the current process is pretty complicated. They have a lot of ancillary service to search and synthesize, compare, and decide where hotel or flight to buy. So they will feel it's a lot of like time consuming and overwhelming. And so from this, we feel like, oh my God, it might hold them back from purchase to go to other countries for their concert because of this long journey to do. So it requires a seamless and more quick access for the customer. So capturing on the inside, we identified that to boost the customer purchase intention, there are 3 insights currently: the informational value, also the interactive and personalized information delivery, and capturing on the world opportunities is digitalization. We all sum it up as one key insight is that a digitalized one-click ecosystem for quick access is needed to help the booking process of customer better. And after they book the tickets, they will feel like so excited to come to the concert, right? They expect a lot, but right now they feel so fatigued with the concert things because of the high price as well as a lot of merchandise and new albums. But the key deep down pain point is not because of the price, but they just don't feel like the value they receive from what they purchase satisfied. Because they pay, and all the things are the same, right? So what can be the new value that can be added to the money that they pay? So we have the 2 insights here. The first one is the virtual tech experience, because right now the trend of technology is a lot, and Gen Zs really want to have more immersive experience, right? And integrating this into their concert experience can trigger their interest to go to the concert. Also, after they experience that, we need to hold their emotional value as a way to retain and make them come back not only to the concert, but also make Hong Kong feel a part of their heart from this experience. So we need to emphasize on it to deliver a disruptive and emotional experience as a long-term sustainable growth for K-pop concert. And capturing on the 2 insight, we suggest the book it to love it strategy. We hope to, we aim rank as Hong Kong concertification first mover advantage from this moment as a trendsetter for to capture the Hong Kong ecosystem. And to do this, we need the customer experience to be better and aim to increase the customer satisfaction to 90 points. So now my friends will elaborate on the strategy.
Thank you, Lam, for setting a very solid foundation for us to build our strategy on. So now, without further ado, let's come right straight into the first strategy. Book it. We aim to boost the customer demand to Hong Kong concert with an all-in-one booking platform in order to maximize the ticket sales and also differentiate Hong Kong with concertation concept. So now let's look at the current booking barriers process. So there's many frictions during the booking process and concert going, from acknowledging that there's a concert in Hong Kong to choosing the ticket, booking the flight, hotels, and finally making a travel plan after they enjoy the concert. We are here to help you eliminate these frictions with our all-in-one booking platform that can be used both on the websites of RAG and also on RAG application. The key enabler that we utilize would be an AI chatbot to provide a seamless and personalized experience for our customer in the booking process. So now, let's delve deeper into this all-in-one or one-stop platform. This is the user interface. So take, for example, this is the BTS World Tour 2027 in Hong Kong. And our customer here are wondering whether what type of ticket zone they should purchase, and also where should they stay, which airline should they utilize during this process, and also what to go next after the concert. So this, utilizing the AI chatbot here, we will implement 3 main steps to help them go through this booking process as seamlessly as possible. So first, it is the customer understanding. By providing the information to our AI chatbot, our AI chatbot can understand about our customer demographics, psychologics, and behaviors. And then from that, our AI will provide them with a bundle package suggestion based on the customer segment, whether they are mass audience, they prefer good value for money, or it can be premium who want to experience the top-notch services in Hong Kong. And also, they also got a chance to choose the service provider that they want from a list of hundreds of partners. Finally, is the step of pay and go, which is the seal the deal. And they now just have one job left, which is packing the suitcase and go to the concert. And the key enabler for us to operationalize this one-stop platform would be our ecosystem partnership that RAG will leverage with the businesses and also the government. So first, coming to the corporate partnership, B2P, the 3 key pillars, the 3 key stakeholders that RAG will utilize would be the accommodation providers, transportation providers, and payment providers. For example, take Lam, who want to use premium services in Hong Kong. She will be suggested to stay 3 nights in Marina Bay Sands, which is the #1 5-star hotel in Hong Kong. And for fly-ins and fly-out of Hong Kong, she can use Cathay Pacific, which is the flag carrier of Hong Kong. And finally, for the payment method, she can utilize HSBC X Visa credit card payment method to gain access to privileged services offered by this merchant. And the case study that we utilize here would be the HSBC X MasterCard X Live Nation case study that HSBC have done in the past. And an even more important partnership that we want to leverage would be the B2G, business to government partnership here, which is, so now RAG promised to bring in the tourist influx to Hong Kong, which align with the missions and also the goal of Hong Kong Tourism Board to position Hong Kong as an event capital of Asia with its mega 8 event throughout the year. So now, with this mission and goal alignment, Hong Kong Tourism Board have the motivation to provide us with the fund and also the travel itinerary to cater to the demand of the customer coming to Hong Kong. And with all this strategy, we expect to see a boost in the Hong Kong tourism economy and also becoming and position RAG as the first mover advantage of concentration in Hong Kong. So now, after capturing all the demand to go to Hong Kong, how can we best serve our customer? That would be the second strategy by my colleague, Do.
Thank you very much, Ian. So now you booked the ticket. How do I make sure that you actually love it? So with this, we seek to create a fan-centric concert experience with 2 key objectives. Is to fight back the fan fatigue that dominate the market at the moment and also elevate our company concert experience. Let's look at the why we do this. So when fans think that all of these experiences are surface, they don't think that this is value for money. Then we will convert them to a more fan-centric experience by the only solution is that we will add more experience, value-enhanced experience to our journey. including 2 key points, which is a delightful drawing where we will establish an immersive idol museum to have fans to interact with their idols. And after that, we create a memorable after experience where we will seek to not only build on physical IPs, but also the digital IPs that your company hasn't touched on. So, how can we make sure that fans are delighted during the experience? We have the insight of K-pop fan is that they always wish that they could get as close as possible, not just see it, but also feel that they are with their idols. That is why immersive idol museum work. What do we mean by that? Imagine you could walk into the life of Taylor Swift. You know, you can see what type of clothes that she has worn in their MV. You can smell the smell of the studio that she has created her masterpiece, and also read the first few favorite books of Taylor Swift when we were just a little child. Not just that, we will also use virtual reality to help you to connect with your idol. It will be scenario-based. For example, meet BTS on the stage, or in their studio, or have a coffee chat with them. These will be a future-proof for your company, because these strategies have already used by Taylor Swift Tour Case, which is the biggest tour in the history, and also TXT Virtual Tour, they have already utilized it in their strategy. So why not for us? We also have the enhancement where we will introduce the surprise performer from Chinese singer, because one of the largest market for us is Chinese. So that is why we want to bring Chinese singer collaborating with K-pop singer, which is more audience fit and also concert fit. And what about after experience? You can relive the moment of that. We will launch digital IPs in order to help you to enhance your revenue by launching artist tour movie, where we will talk about their behind the scenes, the process of setting up the stage, the all the beauty behind the stage, and also broadcast them on channels like cinema, YouTube, or Netflix. We also will leverage game partnerships where they could use our music as IPs to interact with the customer. Okay, so with this, we seek to strengthen the valuable in your experience to fight back the fan fatigue and also enhance the revenue stream for your company. So how can we bring this to life?
Thank you so much, Tung. So now let's make our plan visible. So for the first strategy, book it, we will have our first step as the B2C and B2G partner negotiation kick off in the first 3 months of 2026. Then segment the customer and also the design, the package for them will also kick off simultaneously. For the third and fourth point, which is developing the AI chatbot and also testing and piloting the plan, will kick off in the next 6 months, and the full implementation will start in Q3 of 2026. For the second strategy, love it, the design, the immersive idol museum will also be kicked off in the first 3 months, and also going is the design exclusive VR experience, as well as the post-concert digital IPs. For the testing and pilot with the full implementation will come after starting in Q2 of 2026. So now, with the key question in mind and our two strategy, how do we actually measure the impacts? So for the first strategy, book it, we will look into the number of concert goers and also the package adoption rates. And also we will see the value generated added. And for the second strategy, love it, which is the fan-centric experience, we will look into the percentage of Chinese concert goers and also the during and post-concert engagement. So as we look into these key KPIs, we seeing that by 2030, 10.5 million people is going to go for concerts, and the percentage of them who are tourists will be increased. And the key targets by 2030 is that 60% of them will adopt our package, and 8 billion HKD value will be created to the Hong Kong economy. And 80% of the K-pop concert goers in Hong Kong will be Chinese, and the NPS score during the post concert will be 90 points. Our plan is also financial viable, as we projected the revenue to be 31 billion HKD by 2030 and gaining a profit of 7.75 billion in profit. And the key drivers that really drive these numbers is that we will see an increase in the number of attendees. And also, as we have a lot of partnerships going on, we will have added revenue from our own partnerships. And also from the extra IPs for the post-concert will be another income stream for us. For the cost consideration, we are looking at the capex of 5 billion HKD, with the main cost being in AI chatbot and also the platform. For the OPEX, the venue, artist guarantee, and also the production will be our main cost drivers. And we projected our payback period to be less than 3 years, with 2.2 years. For the risk management, we identify that along the way, there are some risks. And for the first strategy, book it, we may see that there will be a low package adoption rate. And the way we will mitigate this is to put marketing through the partners channel as we leverage their strength. For the second strategy, love it, we see that there will be maybe low engagement for the post-concert IPs. Then we will frequently review and survey the fans for the product development. And finally, we see that external factors may disrupt our package experience, as the concert industry is highly disrupted by the external factors. Then we will adopt a forecasting models to foresee the unexpected events. And we'll also develop scenario-based playbook for different packages. So in the end, we see that with our two-pronged strategy, book it and love it, our team, Fortune, aim to elevate REG as Hong Kong consultation first mover in consultation move, because we believe that to be disruptive, to be forward in this industry, customer is at the core. That is the end of our presentation. Thank you so much for listening.
Okay, thank you, team, for your amazing presentation. I guess our judges have a lot of questions right now. Firstly, may I invite Mr. Philip Wright for your first question?
Thank you. Very energetic presentation, so thank you for that. I'm just interested in the two issues that you flagged, because issue number one isn't really it's not a music problem, it's not a concert problem. You're saying that it's challenging to book end to end, right? So why are you making this your problem from a cost perspective, an investment perspective, rather than effectively finding the right partners who then should be investing to solve this problem for you? Because if you go to your projections at the end, you're spending a lot of money to build chatbots, to fix this, when actually you just need to be partnering with a reputable travel agent to do all of that for you. So why have you taken the decision to spend so much yourself? 50% of your costs effectively going onto this issue.
Yes. Thank you very much for your question. So I will answer the question. So if my colleagues want to add on, they will add on later. First of all, about why we think of this issue first, is because that it's not about a music concert, but before they come to the music concert, they need the booking. So if the journey seems a lot complicated, I always feel like demotivated, right? So they won't generate it. It might limit a little bit of our customer. Meanwhile, we can capture more, right? And in terms of cost, like if we want to partners with other like travel agents or whatsoever, but we build our own because we want to create our strong ecosystem. Partnership is like a part of our ecosystem. But for us, our website is where, if they don't know about our partners, right, they know about us first. Once they think of traveling to Hong Kong or traveling for a K-pop concert in Greater China area, so they think of our website first. So they will come to our app and our website, for example, and they can find the needed information about the areas, Hong Kong currently, any other culture activities or the weather. It's like a pool of information, because information can trigger the purchase intention, right? And there's also like the feature or something in the web that they can find our partners and link to their websites. If they don't know our partners yet. So it's like we want the customer to know who are in our ecosystem. So we want to pull them together.
So I will add on my colleague's point. So it's very easy and also a very seem to be efficient way at the moment if we outsource the ticket sales to a third party, which can be Trip.com or other ticket selling platform. However, to sustain in this highly competitive market, we believe that we still have to build our own core strength and to make our voices, make our brand visible to our customers. Therefore, we want to build something that our customer can see it and can know it, that it is REG's IP, intellectual property, which is the website and also the application here. So that's the main reason why we want to build something on our own. And second, regarding about the concert problem, because at its core, REG is acquired by CJ Entertainment to operate and operationalize the concerts for CJ's partners, idols, and also owns idol in Hong Kong. So at its core is also still have to build a framework, a consultation framework that is applicable and replicable everywhere, even in Hong Kong, or even when it wants to globalize in the future to other markets.
Okay, next, I would like to invite Miss Thùy Đỗ for the following question.
Thank you. I like the book and love it. That's very easy for judges to remember your strategies, as well as a very clear timeline of implementation. However, I see follow up with what a few were asking. It is costly to develop our own, since you want, to immediately react with the, the market and upsell your ticket. So, that's cost. How do you factor in? That's number one. Second, I look at the timeline. It look like 6 months of implementation with all the technologies and you're up and running. Can you give me a bit of insight how, in terms of that?
All right, thank you for your question. So now I will answer the first question relating to cost, right? So as we see, the cost here is actually, let's say, the value times the quantity. And we see that this here is the strategy that is going to serve a lot of people. And that's why we need to scale it time by time. But also why this is going to work and why we have to do it. As we project it in here, we're going to be profitable, and also we gain the payback less than 3 years. But at the core, we still need to pursue this strategy as it serves our customer at best. And there's a opportunity that mentioned directly in the case is that the Chinese market is very lucrative. It's very huge. And in order to capture that huge of a market, we believe that such investment need to be made to secure such big fan in our pipeline, as we also projected them to be up to 80% of our customer in the future. And also for the, oh yeah, okay. So looking realistically into our core technology here, first of all, the main technology in the first strategy is the AI chatbot. So in here, we, based on the core strength of partnering with our partners, including the B2B, including the B2G, and specifically for B2G, for example, the Hong Kong Tourism Board, they already developed their whole ecosystem and they have the database already. So realistically, we think that we can leverage that partnership and be able to integrate such data very seamlessly and very quickly, other than building everything from scratch. So that's why we leverage the strength of partnerships. Also, for the second one is the VR and also the IPs. We also expect it to be a little bit longer. But for example, with the case of IBM for the Airbus that we've been studying about the AI or virtual reality, the maximum time that it makes is 6 months. So we think that it is feasible.
Okay, next, I would like to invite Ms. Tung Ngo for the following question.
Yeah, so you project 80% of your customers will be from China. What if the government just doesn't want you to promote South Korea culture-related events and products domestically? What would you do? What would be your potential responses to them? And secondly, I think the products, you add the immersive museum idea, right? Excellent. Why does it have to be in Hong Kong? I could do that in South Korea, in other cities, and the Chinese fan will still fly there.
Thank you so much for your question. So I would like to deliver the first question. So currently, 60 to 70% of the K-pop concert goers are already Chinese. So by projecting it to be 80% is a feasible number, first of all. But why increasing it? So we have to think back of the purpose of REG from the beginning. So it is like their other hand to reach the Chinese market. So they want to tap into the Chinese market that's going to open soon. So
No, sorry, the question is,
yes.
What if the government doesn't let you to do that? They have another Chinese company to also reach out to South Korean stars.
May we have 1 minute to discuss? Thank you.
May I ask you to clarify the question so that we can better understand and align our understanding with your questions?
Yeah, so in the case, there's no statement saying that the Chinese government will 100% open up the market or let you promote it. So there might be, but now you're counting almost 100% of your business on that probability. So how do you manage that risk?
So I will answer this question first, and then I will pass the stage to my colleague Lam here to even more elaborate it for you. So first, I understand that the current geopolitical situation in China is that the China don't want the China government have the Hallyu ban, in which the K-pop idols are very inhibited to perform in the Korea, in the China. However, that restrictions still have a gap in which the Great China area, which contains Taiwan, Hong Kong, and also Macau, still have the right to perform, to organize K-pop concert in such areas, and also still. Even the government, they have imposed that restriction, but the demand from the K-pop fan in China is still very large. So they have a tendency to fly from China to Hong Kong to organize, attend the concerts. So we believe that, yes, the demand is still there, and Hong Kong region is not in the restriction area of China Hallyu ban, so we still can capture on this opportunity.
Yeah, I want to add on a point is that in the case it's mentioned that in the future, mainland China might open for South Korea like K-pop concert to enter. So Beijing and Shanghai will become like a really big competitors of Hong Kong. So that's the concern. The concern is that if that future happen, how can we still hold our mainland China to organize K-pop concert in Hong Kong, but not in Beijing or Shanghai, where they can truly capture like 100% mainland China. So that's what the case mentioned about this situation. While in reality, currently, the mainland China still can go to other country to watch and stuff, and they might still still a lot of tension between China and South Korea to see that if that future happen. But whether or not that future happen, consultation will be the theme that we want to deliver for Hong Kong to hold the K-pop concert.
Yeah, and since for the second question, I just want to answer it briefly. Why don't we do it at the other countries? This is a structural issue because currently our company only operate tours in Hong Kong. So we will also trying to navigate with the company.
Yeah, no, my question is, how do you add Hong Kong into your concept? Because otherwise it can become a concept that can be done in any other city, right? Yes.
So I think this is a very interesting question. So as we study about Hong Kong, we feel like the unique thing about this country is the blend. Yeah, this city is the blend between East and West. It's a blend in terms of culture. So we think that these type of experience, type of unique selling point could be also added into our immersive experience.
I want to add one more point for this is that beside that, it's Miss-West culture where there's always new surprise moments in Hong Kong with the blend of the Western and the Eastern culture. Meanwhile, we have a strong ecosystem with the government, so we know what they expect next like phase, months, year, like that. So we're the first person to know the theme of the country to capture on. So other people, if they don't have that close connection with the government, they won't know what's the next move, right? So that's how we can continuously elaborate on the new feature and culture value for the immersive experience.
Okay, thank you, Lam. I kindly invite Mr. HUČNG for the last question.
All right, yes. So thanks for the very professional presentation. It's great. So following up on earlier questions, though, one of the things that I feel like still missing is the focus on the K-pop cross C-pop cultures, and how do we leverage that? Let me tell you my concerns, and hopefully you can address that concern for me. The situation in 2025, 2026 is essentially the market is saturated, right? And we need to attract, to restart these things. How do your strategy fit into that? How do your strategy attract people who are not hardcore fan, but just random sort of fan, right? Could you elaborate on that, please?
Okay, so thank you very much for your questions. So I will first answer the questions about how can we blend the China and Hong Kong, China and Korea culture. So this is where we put it here as an enhancement. We study the case study of surprise performer, where we will give within our K-pop like concert, we will introduce surprise Chinese singer that is audience fit. Audience fit, what are we trying to mean here is that within the case, they have mentioned that we have a very good understanding of our Chinese fan. So we would know what are the current Chinese idols that we can seek to collaborate. And also not just in terms of evaluate in terms of audience fit, but also what types of Chinese singer that is fit for that concert specifically. For example, the concert divide this specific group of K-pop. What are the similarity or the discrepancy between this concert, this K-pop group and this Chinese singer? The reason why we don't want to introduce a bigger thing rather than just a concert is that because our business model is currently only operate on the IPs of concert. Therefore, it's hard for us to introduce any major collaboration between the two countries.
Thank you for the question. I would like to add on a bit on my colleague's point. So your question is, how do we actually attract the non-hardcore fans? So the way we think about the problem and the way we think about it is, at the core, the fan who are pursuing a trip, a concert, is not just a concert, but they also have different needs, and different fans have different needs. So that's why our whole strategy is trying to be customer-centric, to able to meet every demand of them and attract whether they are diehard fan or whether they are non-diehard fan. So that's why when we propose the ecosystem strategy, we try to tackle that drivers of the customer. So maybe they just try to go to the concert for fun, but their needs for eating, their needs for traveling, their needs to understand about the Hong Kong culture is more. So that we tailor that experience and that drivers to offer them the right package. And that actually drives and go back into our whole ecosystem. Thank you.
Yeah. Can you just go to your financials page, or is the one which has the millions of people that are going to concerts? I just wanted to understand some assumptions there. This one here. So that 10.5 million people will go to concerts. Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that like the total addressable market for concerts, or is that your target for K-pop concerts that you will promote? Which is that?
So for 10.5, this is actually the final number that we aim to achieve.
You aim to achieve?
Yes.
By 2030?
Yes.
So that will mean selling out the biggest arena in Hong Kong 210 times. Is that achievable?
Correct. So I would like to elaborate a bit more on this one. So I think that the way that we assume this one is also based on the government themselves. So previously, Hong Kong has a problem of having not enough capacity. So the way that they actually do it is they added more seats and they added more venues, and that results in the 50K stadium. And in the future, we see that this trend is just beginning and it's going to growing more and more and more. There will be more venues, more events going on. So that's why we believe that the number here is satisfied. And also, they say in the case that 15 major events are held per month. So it's just from 2023 to 2024, and we believe that after 7 years and with our two strategies, this number is achievable. Yeah.
Just to double check once more, 1.5 million meaning you want to sell 1.5 million tickets.
10.5.
No, it's 2026.
2026, 1.5. Yeah, they are tourists. Yeah.
To Hong Kong only.
Yeah.
What is the population of Hong Kong?
7.3.
So in 2030, you double the number of population by bringing in the tourists.
Yeah, we believe that these two numbers are actually different, the population and the influx of people that are actually going in and going out.
So where are they going to stay?
Sorry?
Where are they going to stay? The city right now has more than 7 million people living there. If you bring in 7 million extra people coming in, where are they going to stay? Or are you going to change that assumption?
This is we believe this is the whole annual plan. And the stay of them is 3 days, 3 days, they're going out. The whole new group of people coming in, coming out.
So on average, for one concert, how many tickets are you planning to sell?
So we expecting for the major one, full capacity is going to be 50, then 15 for the medium size, and so also for 5 for the small size. So on average, we expecting about 30,000 per concert. Yeah.
Okay, thank you our judges and team for such an engaging Q&A section. Okay, thank you. You guys can relax. So, hello our audience. Just like the previous interval, let's vote for your favorite presenter. You will be the one who choose the best presenter from each team and the best presenter of the day. Please look on the screen. Use your mobile phone to scan this QR code and start voting as instructed. Properly selected by HSBC and VSIS. VSIS is a non-profit organization committed to provide equal access to university education for Vietnamese students. The organization supports young people from challenging backgrounds who demonstrate strong potential, passion, and determination. Get back to the presentation section. Please welcome the fourth presentation from Team Radiance from RMIT University, Vietnam. Okay. Okay, hello team. I will introduce our panel judges today. Welcome to Mr. Philip Wright, Chief Operating Officer of HSBC Vietnam, Ms. Thuy Do, Country Head of Global Payment Solution, HSBC Vietnam, Ms. Tú Ngo, Co-founder of Yola, General Partner, Touchstone Partner, and Mr. Hai Nguyen, Deputy Director of the University of Hong Kong in Vietnam. Okay, team, now you will check your pointer and your micro before we started the presentation. Please remember that you will have 20 minutes to present and 20 minutes for the Q&A session. The timekeeper is over there. The timekeeper here. And the clock will start counting whenever you feel ready. So are you ready now? Yes. Okay, good luck.
Dear judges, when the lights strike, the music beats, and the crowd starts cheering, the concert experience has become unforgettable for every audience. But this doesn't happen by accident, because behind every great concert is a great operator. Therefore, for more than a decade, Role Model Entertainment Group has become the key operator in Hong Kong to bring the great concerts to millions of K-pop followers. However, the market right now is shifting, the competition is much more intense, and the political landscape is rapidly changing, urging REG to come up with a way to sustainably contribute to the K-pop success, and that is why we are here today. Good afternoon, judges. We are Team Radiance, proudly representing RMT Saigon South. Joined by my colleagues, Hoa, Nga, Trung, and myself, Kim. We are today honored to propose two strategies to help REG differentiate the Hong Kong roles and also sustain the K-pop success. So now let us start our presentation with a situation overview presented by my colleague, Hoa.
Thank you, Kim. So before the solutions, let's have a quick look onto your company snapshot. So currently, REG is now a Hong Kong subsidiary of CJ, and this is currently function as a concert promoter and also the organizer for K-pop, organizing in 3 main markets. And after years of operating, your company has 3 strengths of being backed by CJ, market understanding, and also a very organizer expertise in organizing concerts. And with that, REG is a trusted event promoter for K-pop in the regions. However, when we look deeper into the situation overview, we also see opportunities and also challenges for your company, especially that you are operating mainly in Hong Kong. For opportunities, there has been an ease of the China-Korean tensions, but however, the challenges arise where there has been a lower demand and stagnant growth in the K-pop sector, leading this industry, it still has uncertainties for your company to further grow furthermore. And from that, our team believes that to help your company to sustain the goal of sustainably contribute to K-pop success, there are 2 directions that your company must follow. The first one regarding Hong Kong market, where you can differentiate Hong Kong K-pop concert, where you cannot instantly and directly enter China. And the second branch regarding the global, to really sustain your K-pop genre for the next growth in the future. And with that, we want to conceptualize this under a business question. How might REG differentiate its K-pop concert in Hong Kong while also sustaining K-pop genre in the global markets? And from that, our team will go for 2 directions. Hong Kong to differentiate K-pop in the Hong Kong, and also for the global to really sustain the K-pop genre.
So for the first branch of the Hong Kong, the current situation right now that you are applying, that the markets right now are having a relaxation of restricted tensions between the Hong Kong, between the China and the Korean. So there has been a rising need to capturing fans and also to differentiate yourself to attract more of the mainland customer. And with this situation, who can we effectively target and to effectively drive the traffic to REG in Hong Kong? And after evaluating, our team suggests the company should focusing on targeting the customer, as they are the main influencer in this market and players, where the talent management or music industry, they are planning based on the demand of the customer, whether the genre, the markets to operate in, so that when we influence the customer, they can have a more rising demand and also drive the countries, especially in Hong Kong, and that we can directly influence the agency without much cost and also time and effort. And that is also our first key issue, that we want the potential political relaxation require REG to differentiate Hong Kong in the customer viewpoint to drive the traffic. And with that, how can we effectively differentiate to our customer? By looking at the current operation of the RGs right now, that you are mainly targeting the customer through your outdoor advertisement and also through the social media. So we believe that this is only promote for K-pop idols, but not yet for Hong Kong to really promote the demand when traveling to Hong Kong. So that we need. So when we're looking at the goal, that we need to diversify our promotion, not only for idols but also for the Hong Kong, where we can really drive the traffic to the country. And after evaluating alternatives for your company to tackle in, our team proposed you to focusing on experience-led, and we can leverage the Hong Kong core units to really attract the customer, where Hong Kong comprised of East and West culture, which is very different from China markets. And from that, we can really drive the traffic from the China back to Hong Kong to drive the sale for REG. And that is also our first way forward, that we want to promote Hong Kong as an experience hub to really drive the traffic and also the revenue. And from this way forward, we are now being able to really differentiate Hong Kong K-pop concert and further drive the sales. So when we assume that the problems in Hong Kong has been solved, we want to go deeper into global issue. We see that the K-pop wave heat is now cooling. It is depicted by a decreased 30% in export record music and also growth rates are reducing 5% year on year. So that directly affects the concert customer when coming to K-pop concert. And we believe that your current targets right now are more on the hardcore fans who is very easily targeted and the VIP tickets are sell the fastest. But how about the casual and other fans who also accounts for a portion in the market share in the concerts, but they're still very more difficult and the hardest to sell in order to drive the lot factors inside the concert. And that leading to your company uncertain concert lot factors and directly affect your revenue stream, where you cannot directly compensate for the rising costs, especially to the warranty fee and also for the rising management and placement fee. And that is also our second key issue, that we see that the K-pop limited appeal to casual fan affect REG revenue. And from that, when we want to attract more casual fan, we need to understand the insights and also behaviors. So they are the ones who go in concert in groups and they prefer a more multi-experiences rather than a single idol because they are not loyal to any specific concerts. So we believe, and after evaluating how can we capture the casual fans by looking at the criteria of effective in the long term and also competitiveness in the future. And our team suggests the company should focusing on cross-border collaboration, where we can create a multi-experiences for the fans, where we can drive both hardcore and casual fans, not only in K-pops, but also from all the genre, so that we can really sustain the interest in the K-pop. And that directly leads to an increase in the revenue stream for your company in the future. And that is also our second way forward, that we want to establishing collaboration between K-pop idols and also cross-border idols to really drive the traffic. And with this way, and for now, the direction picture has been set with our two-way forward, promoting Hong Kong as an experience hub to really differentiate Hong Kong K-pop concert. And the second will be establishing a cross-border collaboration to really sustain K-pop genre in the long term. And so now let's hand over to my first colleague Nga for the different solution.
Thank you, Hoa. So as our analysis had already analyzed that the potential relaxation in China may require us to really differentiate Hong Kong in the eyes of concert fans. Therefore, our first solution, Differentiate, will have the objective of differentiating Hong Kong K-pop concert by promoting Hong Kong concertcation package so that we could not only attract more customers to our Hong Kong concert, but also increase their staying time and travel spending in Hong Kong. So before the big idea, we need to highlight the company's strength to really leverage on. So the key strength we are seeing here is that your parent company, CJ Entertainment, already have an existing partnership with the Hong Kong Tourism Board. And the Hong Kong Tourism Board has just launched the Hong Kong Tourism 2.0 initiative, which the Hong Kong Tourism Board wants to promote Hong Kong is blending West cultures, in which your concert, REG concert, plays a huge important role here. So we can contribute to this initiative and leverage the relationship here to collaborate with more stakeholders in the tourism industry, such as the cultural side like the temples in Hong Kong, the shopping and entertainment side like the ladies market in Hong Kong, and also all the accommodation and transportation stakeholders to unify them into a tourism package. So with that, let us introduce to you our first big idea of the Hong Kong concertcation package. Now, let's look at the mechanism of an example customer journey. So on the day zero of arriving at Hong Kong, they can commute and stay at our partner accommodation and transportations, where they can access to good prices and benefits when they buy them in our package. And then in day 1 or 2 of the concert experience, they can engage in the pre-concert activity, such as the streaming parties, where we already include the tickets inside our package, and also attending the concert with the ticket also inside here. But then from the post-concert periods, like day 3 and 4, they can really engage in a vacation experience in Hong Kong, where they can attend to visit the cultural and entertainment sites in Hong Kong. And the tickets, the entrance tickets of the cultural site will also be included in our package, together with special vouchers and also MTR tickets that can travel them directly to these cultural sites. So this can promote Hong Kong as an experiential hub for the Hong Kong Tourism Board, while also incentivize longer staying time and travel spending, as they might expand 1 or 2 days more in Hong Kong to really experience our full package. Now, how do we distribute it to the customers? Our distribution channel will firstly go through our current ticket booking platform, and while also we will partner with online travel agency like QUYሎም to promote it. And in partnering with these online travel agency, we can also leverage on their existing AI trip planner already exists in QUYሎም to provide them with personalized package that can cater to their preferences and their budget. And to promote it to the customer, we will use cross promotions, not just from our tourism partners, but also on the Hong Kong government official website as a key initiative to promote the Hong Kong tourism. And also we can cross promote with the financial partners, because according to the case, partners like Visa or MasterCard will be the key partner who are really interested in sponsoring our package. And we will also promote it through social media, user-generated content of reviewing the package in Weibo in China and also on Xiaohongshu in Hong Kong. So now, looking in the future, we also see a huge opportunity here to expand the package, not just for individual, but for group. This is rooted from a customer insight that we see that the fans, when they travel to the concert, they tend to travel with friends. And even if they are a solo traveler, they may find similar interest individual on the community group on social media to find the right partner to go with them. And from there, we see that we have the opportunity to introduce a new functions of connecting with a friend on an online travel booking platform, either through the existing friend or finding new friends to the platforms, and then create a share package so that we can incentivize more customers to Hong Kong, while also generate more revenue for all of our partners in this ecosystem. So overall, this solution will have two main impacts. Firstly, attract more customers to Hong Kong concerts, while also increase their staying time and travel spending in Hong Kong through our concert catering package, promotion strategies, and potential group package in the future. And all of this will really differentiate Hong Kong, not just a destination for K-pop concert, but a destination for a full experiential customer journey. So now I will pass the stage to my colleague Chen for the second solution.
Thank you, Ngam. So as Ngam has already proposed a solution to differentiate our concert in Hong Kong, and now I'll go deeper into the second direction with the objective sustain K-pop genre growth by establishing our collaboration between K-pop idol and also other country idols. And with that, we aim to attract more casual audience and also generate the new revenue stream. So when we consider about collaboration, we do consider song collaboration are also game show, but the highest point is that we will choose for festival that will bring you a highest impact and also match with our current expertise. So with that, we can leverage our core strength as the expansion from our parent company, which bring us our data and insight, while also with our expertise for festival or operations. Especially, we will have a relationship with also music agency that is ensuring our operation to the new festival effectively. So with that, let's introduce to you our second big idea of K+1 Festival. And this is the annual festival and also focusing on collaborations. So the mechanism will go from the REGs will collab with the local promoter from that countries, for example, Greater Bay Area, also Thailand. So we will focusing on value and also promote our original value of both countries. So with that, we will promote the K-pop and also, for example, C-pop concert to the K-pop idols with the local idols. While we will also operate the activation booth by collaborate with other sponsor like beauty sponsor, food sponsor, or also culture sponsor, so that they can also promote our culture effectively. And that is how we can generate our new revenue stream and also attract more casual audience. So when we look deeper into our operation, the most important thing is that we will have to find the right insight and the right demand of our customer. And that is when we have to solve the data-driven insight to setting the right trendy theme and also choosing the right sponsor. So with that, we will leverage our social listening and also the research team as currently mentioned in the case, so that we will use that to understand our fan as the number of followers on social media, historical data, or also the numbers and activities of level of fans club. So we do consider that we have to collaborate with other sponsors. That is when we have to understand other industry brands. So for example, the food beauty industry based on the demographic of the audience in our concerts. So that is how we can capture the real demand from the customer, also enhance our operational efficiency. So when we look deeper into the reg operation, we do not consider about collaborating with other local collaborators, but also look at reg. So when that we will offer the new package here. So the new package will focusing on music agency and also sponsor brand. So we will not limit our sponsorship at only one event, but we will try to expand that into the country level or also regional level. So that is how we can strengthen our relationship with our partner. And also this will effectively expansion, not only reg operation, but also its K-pop operations. And that is when our final goal is the sustain K-pop genre with the three main actions: data-driven insight to understand our customer, multiple package, and also it's come to the K+1 festival. With that, we aim two main impact: attract more audience and also generate the new revenue stream. And now, how can we move from idea to impact? Let me pass the stage to my colleague Kim for the next impact.
Thank you, Chung. Moving to the execution timeline. For the first initiative, we spent around 9 months to cover the government reaching out, the partnership with the local operators, the tourism package, and also the vendor enforcement. From that, we could ensure the official launching of this solution in the first half of 2027. Moving to the second initiative, we spent around 1 year to cover the local promoter reaching out, the vendor expansion, and also the idol reaching out for our concerts. Therefore, our solution would be launched in the second half of 2027. However, every strategy comes with risk. So for the third initiative, we're faced with the traveling disruptive experience in Hong Kong. Therefore, we may have to develop multiple tour planning options. And for the second initiative, we're faced with the ticket scalping in our concert. Then we have to apply the legal actions and also the tier pricing carefully. So what are the positive impact from our two solutions? For the first initiative, we aiming that we could increase your concert load factor from 80% to 90% in 2030. From that, we could achieve 60% audience of the concert purchase our tourism package. Therefore, we would differentiate Hong Kong K-pop concerts at the experience hub. Moving to the second big idea, K1 Festival. We aiming that we could ensure 40% casual audience in the audiences. And also from that, we could increase the K-pop overall advocacy rate around the world from 60% to 80% in 2030. So it lays a foundation for the financial forecast. So with the increase in the load factor and the package revenue sharing, with the first solution would increase the revenue, while the second initiative would increase the revenue thanks to the global concerts. Therefore, we would achieve the new CHR of 11% of 8.9% instead of 7% in the baseline. So what are the required investment to bring our two solutions to life? So for the CapEx, we spend around 260,000 USD to cover the partnership, the share infrastructure for the first solution, as well as the local promoter partnership, the database, and the idol reaching out. And for the OpEx, we would concentrate in the staff and also the partner promoters. Therefore, our project would deploy the payback period up to 3.2 years and an ROI of 53%. Therefore, keeping the question in mind that how can Role Model Entertainment Group could ensure and contribute sustainably to the K-pop success in the future, we aim that with our two solutions, K1 Festival and also Hong Kong Festival Hub, we would ensure the increase in the Hong Kong tourism engagement and also the K-pop advocacy rate around the world. So that's the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening, and we open for the further discussion.
Thank you, Tim, for your amazing presentation. Now we are moving to Q&A session. Firstly, I would like to invite Mr. HUỷnG for the first question.
Well, congratulations for a very entertaining and very rigorous presentations. Right? I like your analysis and your solutions and the proposal summaries and all that. And so I'm guessing the first question is, you can do K1 festivals not only in other countries, but also in Hong Kong, right? So what would be something that you need to develop such strategies? And do you think that is something that worthwhile to add into your solution plan?
Thank you so much for your questions. So when we look at the K+1 festival right here, we do consider about the expansion of K-pop awareness. So we do consider that if we only expand K-pop, it is just only focusing on the core fan of K-pop only. But we want to also expand not only about the K-pop, but also leverage and promote our culture of that countries. And that is when we want to promote the original value of the country, especially also the collaboration with other country and also local promoter here will also offer us a better insight for that country, also enhance our collaboration further and further.
So I would like to add into my colleague answer is that, so we do consider to organize this kind of K+1 festival also in Hong Kong, because we see that currently you already have an existing partnership with some of Hong Kong idols like QUYòng, as mentioned in the case. So we can also involve more C idols here into our festival in Hong Kong, and Hong Kong will be our key destinations, leveraging on our main expertise that we already understand about the fans, which one would they prefer in this festival.
I would like to invite Ms. Thủy Đỗ for the following question.
Thank you for a very comprehensive analysis, and I like the idea of a new revenue stream. But when I look at the financial, can you go to the financial slices? We were looking at 3.5 years of return, pay back? Would it be a bit too long for the very inside and aggressive plan you currently have? Can you elaborate more on that?
Yeah, so thank you so much for your questions. So we believe that currently the concert industry in Hong Kong is now facing with the changing in the political landscape. Therefore, it would hold some difficulties for the industry. Therefore, the growth rate of this industry is stagnant. Therefore, our solution would gradually increase the CAGR of the revenue. Therefore, it would gradually help the company to get the payback period and also generate a new revenue stream for the company.
But how do you address the investor or the current situation for such a long period of paying back? What are activities for you to address that?
Yeah, therefore, so thank you so much for your question. So we do believe that our main investor right now would be the parent company is CJENM. Therefore, the CJENM right now is also faced with some financial problems. Therefore, and it would affect the financial health of the company. Therefore, we would ensure the slow but solid recovery of the company. Therefore, the growth rate of the company would achieve as 9.8% in the next 5 years.
So thank you very much for your question. So we do consider that this is a very long-term project where we cannot immediately solve the stagnant demand of the markets instantly. So that, but we do believe that beside K-pop, there are also other pops like C-pop, J-pop. It is a very potential to be growth in the future. So we do believe that we will convince our investor that although K-pop, we want to promote both K-pop and other pops also in our concerts, so that it would drive a very massive traffic, not only in K-pop fans, but also onto the other genres, so that we can really drive the traffic and also a long-term sustainability of our solutions.
Okay, next, I kindly invite Mr. Philip Wright to ask the following question.
Thank you. Good presentation. I like the idea of the K-pop festival. I think that's a good way to diverse. One thing that I didn't see in your presentation is anything around what your competitors are doing, right? And particularly when it comes to the festival, there was a few things in the brief mentioned, like Live Nation, for example, has a partnership with one of the agencies. That means that maybe you cannot secure some of their acts. And I think one of the other IME had a similar thing where maybe they could outbid you on the price. So how are you mitigating against those risks of your competitors doing exactly the same thing as you?
So thank you for your question. So regarding our core competencies that we already known for our trusted brand of organizing, especially K-pops for the regionals like Hong Kong, Macau, and also the Taipei. So we do believe that compared to Live Nations, they are a general operator of the world general artists and also music genre, so that we can really differentiate of our core DNA of becoming one of the K-pop specialized in organizing the concerts, so that we can compete with the competitors.
So I would also like to add into my colleague answer is that currently, because we are backed up by our CJ Entertainment parent company, and CJ Entertainment actually has a very influential relationship among the Korean labels. So leveraging on the existing partnerships, we can get the K-pop idol groups to participate in our festival here. And so about the Live Nation, as our colleagues have mentioned, they are more like generalized specialists in every other types of music genre. So we can really differentiate ourselves with K-pop and the existing partnership.
Okay, I kindly invite Ms. Tung for the last question.
So it's not easy to be the last team because many ideas have been covered by other teams as well. So just want to ask you this question for the Chinese audience. Hong Kong happens to be an easy destination. They probably have been there as a tourist before. So how do you promote tourism to people who already know Hong Kong a lot? They don't need to, go to the same sites anymore. The second question is, actually, you are the first team addressing the long-term sustainability of the genre. I like the reframing of the festival idea. why does it have to be about country specific? Can it be something else so that it's, you know, it's not like I have to like Thailand to go to your festival. What are other ideas if you can brainstorm quickly to have in your festival?
Yeah, so thank you for your questions. So I would represent my team to answer the first questions of whether the Chinese customer may be somewhat familiar with Hong Kong. So we are actually basing our key strategies on the initiative of the Hong Kong Tourism Board. So in this Hong Kong Tourism 2.0 initiative, the government are actually boosting new cultural signs and even renew the signs to attract more tourists and to renew it in the mind of customers who already came to Hong Kong once. So this can definitely be a new differentiator for the Chinese mainland customer. However, looking further ahead, we see that this solution can not just only attract Chinese mainland, but also for the global tourists. So with this initiative, we aim that we can increase the number of global tourists, such as from Vietnam like us, from Thailand, to come to Hong Kong and then enjoy their concert occasions at Hong Kong.
So thank you for your questions. So I will address the second questions. So can you go back to the implementation one slide? So when we look at the Case+1 festival, we do consider at the moment we want to spread the awareness. That is when we have to collaborate in the country level. And that is how this is the fastest way to collaborate because we have different demand like food, beauty, and so on. So however, for the long-term development of this festival, we do consider that we will offer the trendy theme. So for example, the trendy team will focusing on sustainability, and we will collab with only the brand and also industry that will focusing on that. This is not only collaboration between K-pop and also culture, this also promote the bigger vision of the country or the industry. And that is when we're focusing on music. It's not only about for listener, but it's also communicate the real demand and the real mission for the long term. And that is when we offer the trendy team here.
How do you make it not become like an exhibition or a fair with, you know, I'll just go in so many brands for me?
Yeah, so thank you so much for your recommendation. So at the moment, we are currently have the expertise in like operating the festival. That is when we operate this festival first. However, when we look for the longer term, we can also expand our expertise into different level. For example, the exhibition, or also we can bring it into the cinema, or also offer different industry so that we can also target the niche customer for our companies.
Yeah, so I would also want to add on to my colleague answer is that in order to not mitigate the incident that there are too many brands in our like festival, we already have an implementation plan to conduct a, can you go back to the previous slide? Yes, we also already have the data-driven approach to select the right brands that can match with our own self, the customer in that particular country, so that we can really be selective with our curated brand portfolio in this festival.
We still have time. You want to
follow up with, you know, that other churches questions I would like to ask. You know, we focus a lot in terms of bringing value added into your service, which, but other country can do the same, especially if China open up for Shanghai and Beijing. You know, and they want to retain the, you know, the revenue stream, not outflow to Hong Kong. So what your differentiation in terms of, you know, between Hong Kong and China?
So thank you for your question. So regarding the differentiation between the Hong Kong and also the China, we will leverage on the Hong Kong very unique core strength so that it has a blend between the culture of the East and the West so that we can really drive the unique experiences of the customer when traveling to Hong Kong so that we can really leverage that unique strength that China doesn't have to really attract and retain the customer into going to REG concerts more often.
So I want to add in to my colleague answer is that we currently it is about how to promote Hong Kong further and further. But for the long-term development, we consider that this is not only the compete between company or country to country. We can also offer the longer term. So for example, the collaboration between country together. So for example, at the moment, we do consider and also see that some companies and some countries do have the big company collab together and also co-create the new product. We can consider in this case, so for example, maybe they can collaborate together and offer the new group and also balance between collaborate and compete. And I think that is the future.
One other area that we've maybe not touched on is the Hong Kong people itself, right? So the last flagship concert that Reg did, 46% of people were from Hong Kong, so they live there. So let's assume they're diehard K-pop fans. So what are we doing that gives them more incentive to come to their next concert in Hong Kong rather than going to Bangkok or Singapore or Korea? Right? Because that's a big audience. That's nearly half of your last concert's audience.
Thank you so much for your questions. So we do believe that the Hong Kong people may be a bit familiar with the Hong Kong concerts. Therefore, we comes up with the idea that we would collaborate with others, talent agency to foster the collaborations between the K-pop and also the C-pop or T-pop in the futures. Therefore, we would bring the new experiences, new music genre with the collaborations for them to experience and also attach with them in the future.
So this is also a typical challenge of businesses when they expand. Once you expand to the casual fans, the experiences might be diluted to the hardcore fans. How do you still deepen that experience and make it special for them?
Yeah, so thank you so much for your questions. So for the casual fans, so right now we offers the diversification in the genre for them. But for the hardcore fan, we do believe that we still maintain the offerings for them right now as the like the activities in the concerts, the membership in throughout the apps. Therefore, we still maintain both the casual fan expansion and also the hardcore fan service.
Yeah, so I would also like to add into my colleague answer is that we would want to still attract to the hardcore fans by providing them with tier package. So for example, in our package here, in our first solution, this is an example package, but we can rank it based on different premium tier or basic tiers. For example, for the premium tier, can you go to the big idea slide? For the premium tier, they can have more pre-concert activity, such as like streaming parties here. We could be more attractive to the hardcore fan rather than the casual fans. While for the casual fan, we will promote more for the vacation experience in addition to the main concert day.
Okay, so thank you teams and our judges for a knowledgeable Q&A session. Now you can relax. Congratulations. Thank you. I would like to invite our judges to move to the judge room and discuss a very important decision of the day. Hello audience, this interval will be a bit longer than the previous one as our judges need to finalize the result. Just relax everyone and don't forget to vote for the best presenter of the team. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back after 5 minutes.
Do you want to dance?
Help us choose the best presenter of the day by scanning this QR code and start voting now. Congratulations! Code on the screen and start voting for the best presenter of the day. Thank you. Welcome back, our judges, our teams, and our audiences. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the awarding ceremony of the HSBC Business Case Competition 2026. Before we begin, I would like to sincerely thank all of our participants and congratulate you on your outstanding effort today. You have impressed us with your hard work, creativity, and determination. We would also like to express our heartfelt appreciation to our distinguished judges, an essential part of today's competition. We truly understand how valuable your time is, and we are deeply grateful that you choose to be here with us today. And now, to officially begin our ceremony, please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Philip Wright, Chief Operating Officer of HSBC Bank, to share a few opening remarks. Please welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody. I know it's been a very long afternoon and it's been very stressful for a number of people in this room, but I just want to say, well, congratulations to all of you, right? It takes a lot to sit here and stand here and present, and you've all been for hours working in a room somewhere on that case, and every single presentation on the screen was absolutely fantastic. So, thank you and well done to everybody. A round of applause. So this is the 11th year that we've run this competition to select a team to represent Vietnam in the HSBC Business Case Competition. Last year, the person that was crowned the winner in this room went on to win the regional competition, right? Which is fantastic. And I really hope that we do get a repeat of that. Hopefully this year, if not, again, sometime soon. So this has been a lot of hard work behind the scenes. And there's been mentors involved and people have learned a lot of new skills through this today. You've displayed all of these skills, right? We've seen critical thinking. We've seen presentation skills. We've seen communication. We've seen teamwork. We've seen working under pressure, having difficult questions from the judges here, but you've all dealt with them well. And these are the kind of skills that will really help as you go forward into your own career in the future. So fantastic, fantastic afternoon. Outside of what we've been doing here in the campus, HSBC has also been partnering with SCDI on another initiative, which is Education for All. So this is around helping children from, say, non-privileged backgrounds to give them that educational opportunity. And we've been partnering with students and university partners to create a platform where they can learn skills, get tutoring, mentoring, financial literacy, things that helps them get a step up as well and helps break that cycle of poverty. So I'm very proud that HSBC is able to do events like this, but then also events that help our broader community so that everybody benefits as we develop here as an economy in Vietnam. So look, thank you for everything today. Thank you to our partners, to SCDI, to Viet Seeds Foundation. Thank you to all the mentors, all of the universities, all of the students, the esteemed judges, and everybody that's part of today. We're going to look forward to seeing who the winner is. So congratulations all and thank you.
For your warm welcome and thoughtful remarks. Please come to stay again to present the award for the best presenter of the day. The winner of the best presenter of the day is Đặng Thái Hòa from Iowa University. Let's go on the stage. Again on your outstanding performance. Now, moving on to our team awards. I would like to invite Mr. HUỷnG and Miss Thuy Do to announce the recipient of the second runner-up award.
I think like team share, right? It is a journey. It's not about like a few just sharing earlier. Sorry, Phil. It's about a journey. It's not about who win who. You four of you are doing very well today. I would say I'm amazed with your presentation, your short turnaround time, but there would be the winner. And we all going home as a winner today. So I hope that. So, Hải, do you want to announce the first team?
Okay, don't hate me. But again, this is our first award winner, the second runner-up. Congratulations to QUYòng team from FTU Ho Chi Minh City.
And congratulations to Fortune from Win University.
Can we invite the team up to the stage, please?
Yes. About to announce the first runner-up, which also means we will soon reveal today's champion. May I invite again Mr. Philip Wright and Miss Tu Ngo come on the stage to announce the recipient of the first runner-up.
So this team is a favorite team of more than one judges. I just want to mention them. And they display excellent analytical thinking skills and creativity. So the first runner-up prize goes to Radiance from RMIT Vietnam. The moment we all been waiting for. The national champion of the HSBC Business Case Competition 2026 calls for...
It is Domitrix from FTU Hanoi. Congratulations.
They have risen above 40 teams from across Vietnam to claim this title, and they will proudly represent Vietnam at the HSBC and HKU Asia Pacific Business Case Competition taking place in Hong Kong from the 1st of June to the 5th of June. Please join me in wishing for our champion the very best as they represent Vietnam at the international stage. It's a big congratulations to everyone. And thank you so much for being a part of HSBC Business Case Competition 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of the HSBC Case Business Competition 2026 Champion Round. On the 1st of June, the regional round of the HSBC and HKU Asia Pacific Business Case Competition will begin. Please stay updated by following the HSBC Business Case Competition fan page. And now, let's invite everyone for a group photo to remember this wonderful day together. Please come on the stage and take a photo. No? Okay. Okay. We will take a group photo.
Hàng ngàn câu hỏi cứ xuôi ngược tới đây em phải làm sao, sẽ đi tiếp như thế nào.
Okay, now we say it out
loud. Rồi mà vì điều gì lại chưa tìm thấy cơ hội để tung bay rực rỡ huy hoàng như là em hằng mơ. Cứ thế chìm đắm. One, two, three. HSBC Competition 2026. Baby, you will be alright. Giờ thì hãy cứ vỗ tay cho hành trình mà em đã qua, dù ngày rực rỡ trong mơ đào.